Hey guys, Editor Braxton here. I just wanted to say we're sorry that this episode got delayed and came out so much later than it was supposed to. But the issue, well, it's not necessarily an issue, but the thing that was taking this episode so long was one thing called school. All of us who are making this, our school schedule started right as this episode was being made, so it just made it a lot more difficult to get it out in a timely fashion by its due date. So I'm just going to say right here, episodes are probably going to take longer to come out than they would over the course that we were making them previously. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for waiting so patiently. We very much appreciate your support. And yeah, thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.
Good girl.
Care to explain this?
Well, you see, Flame.
So far, I see using a crew portal without authorization, weapon smuggling, and potentially blowing our cover. Do you not remember what happened literally just 2 months ago? We just got rid of spectacles. We can't risk another knowledge breach.
Look, Flame needed some new weapon blueprints. He asked me to come with him, and then...
Cinder.
Yes. Wait. Does this mean we're off the hook?
Shadowman, you're supposed to be one of the smart ones. You should already know the answer to that question.
Well, would you look at the time? I better... Look, Brax! All night in a bikini!
You should know by now I don't get distracted by banal stuff. I much prefer an actual bond with someone as opposed to...
Bruh.
God dang it.
This is the second time I've been chased down this month. Weird. Both of them for gambling, too. Wait, no. This one I do. Gamble for blueprints. That's one for results. Weird. But I think both of them contained cards.
And it better be the last. Ninjas. Stealthful assassins of the night. They fight with skill, honor, precision. And for some reason we didn't think that was enough, so we also made them cyborgs. It makes sense, kinda. I mean, they're just awesome. To quote Oscar Duarte, it's a futuristic robot body with a feudal Japanese sensibility. It's like a French fry dipped in a milkshake, a perfect blend of contrasting flavors.
And for some reason, not with latest swords. even though everything else is electronic.
Raiden, the lightning ripper of Metal Gear Solid.
And Genji, the peace of mind cyborg ninja of Overwatch.
I'm Brax.
And I'm the Shadow Man.
And today we will be figuring out who will win
A
Target
Tumble.
Tumble.
Let's get to the research. Away, laser shark!
Wait, what?
I am not bound by honor to not have lasers. Later upon laters ago, there was a clan formed called the Shimada clan. This Shimada clan dealt in illegal everything. Legal arms, illegal substances, and as well as they have a fun hierarchy close to royalty. When the owner dies, the oldest son takes the place. The owner that we'll be talking about today had two kids, Hanzo and Genji. Genji the younger one, though spoiled, due to Hanzo being the heir, this turning Genji to a slight playboy lifestyle. When the father finally died, Hanzo assumed the quote-unquote throne, and the higher-ups basically said, hey, Genji is a liability, and wasting all of our money. Straighten him out a little. So, Hanzo tried. It failed. For some reason that I can only predict to be selfishness, Genji didn't want to be a part of the Shimada clan. Still happily took the money. So, the higher-ups tricked Hanzo and Genji into dueling. Hanzo won. And presumably killed Genji. Now then, back to Genji. Like I said, presumably, it didn't happen. Instead lived and wandered the earth as a very angry nomad. Till he found another nomad. A Omnic monk named Zenyatta, who taught Genji the ways of inner peace, forgiveness, and calmness of mind. Because AI figured out transcendence. Yep, that sounds right. Genji was at one point found by Angela Ziegler, who healed Genji in body. After Ziegler, aka Mercy, he joined Blackwatch, a version of Overwatch that I've nicknamed the Batman Organization. They're secretive and under the cover of night do their jobs, mostly trying to take down the criminal organization known as Talon. The irony is, a majority of them will go on to join Talon. I know, weird. And that's basically Genji's backstory. Well, at one point he does meet his brother again. Have kind of a duel. Genji says he's alive. But I'm not going to get into that. That's family trouble. Genji is an odd case. Genji, number one, has the innate ability to double jump. I know, you'd think that would be a weird ability, but it comes in handy more than you think. Because you can also climb up walls. Again, comes in handy more than you think. So you basically turn into Spider-Man that can double jump. Okay, anything else? Yes! His cybernetic armor allows him to store ninja stars in between his fingers. And that's not all, folks. His suit is a ninja star factory. Because, like every game, their suit is somehow a factory for bullets. I don't know. So his suit possibly just manufactures the stars themselves. I'm able to throw them in 1, 2, 3, or all at the same time in a straight line. Important part of Genji, he has a sword. And yes, I said sword. Go ahead. Do what you wish in the comments, but I will not look at them. Anyway, point being, his sword can do, well, he can do a variety of things with his sword. Whether it be a quick slash in front of him, or actually quickly dashing forward with the sword, killing enemies. He can also do something astonishing that not even a Ronin Titan can do. He can deflect bullets with his sword. I know, I'm wondering what that sword's made out of too, but I haven't gotten the answers yet. Point being, he can deflect bullets, well, not just bullets, any projectile. He can deflect bombs. He can deflect robots with his sword. Like tiny robots. He can deflect tracer bomb, as I said, robots such as May's Snowball. And can do it fast enough to even deflect minigun fire from Orisa and Bob. Nobody outsmarts Bob. It's Bob. Nobody does. He can also do one final thing with the sword. Embrace the dragon. And what I assume, and this I assume he does, infuses his sword with dragon magic. And it becomes the strongest sword in the world for some reason. And it can cut down enemies in an instant. Well, not an instant, it takes a while. It can even cut down a bastion unit in around 3 swings. And bastion units are miniguns with legs attached to them. You don't chop down that in 3 swings unless you definitely have dragon magic. But this does leave one thing I should probably mention. Genji, for his versatile his abilities are, there's one thing that he lacks. Actual speed. Yeah, you'd think being a ninja he's fast, but he's not really. He's weirdly slow. Basically the same speed as Tracer. I know. So, brisk walk? If he jogs, tell me. But this does have something to it. His speed may be lacking, except in the arm category. Well, how does he deflect Bob bullets? Topic. But he's incredibly acrobatic. And I mean incredibly acrobatic. Like I said, he can climb up walls, do a roll, aka a flip in the air, to double jump. You explain the logic behind that, because I'm not. And, well, basically, he doesn't have ninja agility, but he definitely has ninja flexibility. And, well, acrobatics. Couldn't find ability for that. Anyway, now that that's all settled, if you need me, I'll be playing Overwatch. Us pheromones must blast away these Genjis immediately.
Raiden, or by his real name Jack, was born on a rainy day in Liberia. During the turbulent time that was the First Liberian Civil War, Jack was adopted by one Solid, a snake, who became his godfather after he killed the former's parents, which was kind of a jerk move. After the war ended, Solidus had Jack placed in a relief center, although the relief center was reluctant to put the latter into a foster family because they feared he was too much for the family. Eventually, without Solidus' knowledge, he was later removed by a non-governmental organization and taken to the United States. Jack and the other surviving members of the small boy unit then underwent extensive amounts of counseling before becoming at least outwardly stable. Jack later gone on to reject his past and refuse to tell anyone. Nowadays, when you see or hear anything relating to Jack or Raiden or whatever, only one word comes to mind. Bad. Nope. Jack continues to punish himself through the years to come. He situated his bedroom to look like a jail cell. Talk about edgy. He never slept during the night. Because of his life as a child soldier, Raiden became afraid of night and refused to sleep beside Rose upon meeting. So, basically, the most edgy edgelord to ever edge. Raiden was sent to combat Cherokov, I think I pronounced that correctly, and his army never realized the truth behind the mission. His eyes were open following his mission at Antarctica. He was outfitted with a new exoskeleton suit and had both of his arms severed and replaced with cybernetic arms. He managed to assist Jamie Salmon of Wolfhound, and the two worked together to stop Project Chimera from coming to pass. After Jamie killed Flood, the two parted ways as friends beyond world. Jack also has multiple other names, such as Jack the Ripper, White Devil, and Snake. Because we have like 50 other snakes. Why not just add another? He was a Liberian-American mercenary and former Special Forces soldier. Previously a child soldier under his good old grandpappy Solidus. Raiden was later selected by the Patriots to test the S3 plan at Big Shell and was new recruit of the reformed Foxhound unit. He later worked alongside the Paradise Lost Army in their anti-patriot activities, but was captured and forced to undergo heavy cybernetic experimentation. After successfully escaping, Raiden went to assist Solid Snake during the Guns of the Patriots incident. Due to his harsh childhood, training from Solidus and the Army's virtual training, VR simulations, because he's been in over 300 VR simulations, his mental state and capacity were well suited to combat operations behind enemy lines. He was calm under pressure, adaptive, and somewhat critical. This training and conducting also put penalties on some of his social capabilities and mental stability. He was adept with a variety of weapons, from small arms to surface-to-air missiles. His training with Solidus suggested some emphasis in melee combat, and particularly in bladed weapons, as demonstrated by his defeat of Solidus with a sword during the Big Shell incident. Raiden also showed great endurance and perseverance, as evidenced by his taking down multiple Rays aboard Arsenal gear. After becoming a cyborg, Raiden possessed incredible superhuman strength, speed, and endurance. His strength enabled him to lift ginormous amounts of weight, ranging to several thousands of tons. Prime examples include swinging Gecko around in a circle by his legs while being stabbed by a weird vampire guy. Don't ask. Momentarily stopping Outer Haven, an Arsenal Gear class submarine with his body, lifting and throwing Metal Gear Ray and Exilus with some effort. With Exilus, Raiden was also capable of ripping off one of its blades and extensively used it as a weapon of his own to not only overpower the much larger Metal Gear, but to also take it out of commission. And if I use too many big words for you, he fought a giant frickin' mech, ripped off its sword arm, and then killed said giant mech with its own sword arm at blinding fast speeds. What the frick, my dude? His body had similar design to that of a gecko, as his feet couldn't be used as hands, allowing him to grip and grab hold of objects and edges in similar manner to an ape or a bat. He could stretch out his legs as if they were arms in this fashion as well, all without any strain or discomfort of any kind. This allowed him to operate at high efficiency even when he lost both of his arms at the shoulders. He also could grip and hold and even throw objects with inhuman ease and precision in his mouth. This allowed him to wield his sword between his teeth, throw and jam his blade into a wall exactly in front of Snake to stop him, and fend off several frog soldiers without his arms. He also was skilled at being attuned with nature, also known as scouting. Raiden's superhuman durability makes him virtually indestructible due to the parts of his body made entirely out of steel and artificial muscle fiber. Raiden at times had to resort to self-mutilation in order to get his missions done, such as stabbing himself with his own blade to subdue Vamp, that's the vampire guy I mentioned earlier, and slicing his own arm off to free himself from fallen debris so he could save Snake. In addition, his durability was such that he claimed that he was immune to the effects of microwave emitters. His original cyborg body's durability was relatively low as it lacked armor and was obsolete with limited battlefield potential in 2018. With his custom cyborg body, his durability increased tremendously, as demonstrated in Denver, Colorado, after raiding World Marshal HQ while escaping with Doctor. And yes, I know it sounds like I'm just saying Doctor with a Russian accent. No, that's actually his name, Doctor. He fell off the cargo helicopter and survived largely intact while leaving a large crater. Due to his cyborg body's design, he could sometimes generate electricity on his body and focus them into his punches, as evidenced when he was fighting against Senator Stephen Armstrong. Yeah, I don't get how a freaking military soldier guy is able to do all this crap either, but hey, just roll with it. Just frickin' roll with it at this point. Now, Raiden also has kind of a split personality type thing, where if he allows pain to envelop his senses, he can go into his Jack the Ripper state, which basically is the whole glass cannon thing. He goes from standard stuff, like really fast, to being a lot faster, but also a lot weaker defense-wise. But he was also very freaking strong combat-wise, so yeah. Though he does have to kind of recharge himself every once in a while, because his blood is basically car oil, and also he needs fuel from electrolytes. So give him a butt ton of Gatorade and he should be fine. There's also his high-frequency blade, which basically vibrates at such immense speeds it's able to forcefully cut through almost anything. Like, it's insane. It's like the world's most powerful butter knife. So, yeah, this Raiden. See you later. Bye-bye.
Who's next?
Alright, now that we've figured out all the research and gotten all the analytics settled in, let's see who will win today in a Target Tumble. I need to stop this now. Okay, let's just get to the battle now. Bye. B. Yeah, this battle was almost, maybe,
possibly kinda completely one-sided. I say that, but when you look at the statistics, there are some ways Genji could pull off the win in this one, but those are very unlikely. Raiden's just done so much more crazy crap in all of his missions. Like when he friggin' flipped over that giant metal gear over his shoulder. Like, Raiden has just done so much more insane stuff in comparison to Genji. There's barely any ways Genji could win this one. So, sorry to all you Overwatch buffs out there, but, Raiden's taking the W for this one. Sorry, guys. The winner this time around is Raiden.
Get ready for the next match.